Live?
Yeah, we'll be live in like 2 seconds.
How do you know when we're live?
Cause see how it says starting?
Nope.
No, it's just I see the.
Yeah, we are live.
We're
right
live.
now. We are back. We are
We are missing another
7.5 hours in now. We have been doing this. It doesn't seem that long, has
fight.
it?
It really doesn't.
It doesn't seem that long that we kicked it off live. We're 7.5 hours in. We're picking up a successful debut just happened real quick. Less than I think it was about a minute in of his debut. It was this is I got to work this man. This is this guy's debut.
Is a tongue twister.
You got to work with me. I'm gonna try my best. Dadsa Humarad Intagolov
Okay.
submitted Marcos Rogerio de Lima. So Rogerio is going down. There's another Rogerio in the main event tonight. Do you think we go 0 for 2 for Rogerios, or will we split it up?
Think about this. In the first card, we had two Wales fighters win. I think we're going to see two Nogueiras lose tonight.
Oh,
I mean, that's me predicting. But you never know. This is MMA. Anything can happen.
so the last fight we just recapping, Johnny Eduardo got a knockout over the Anvil Gambirian.
And then it's very sad news. Keith, why don't you...
Yeah, Manville Gambirian, he decided to call it quits. He said he'd be very. He said this might surprise some people. I don't think it surprised anybody. I think most of us were surprised that he was still fighting.
Yep.
I got to see Manville Gambirian live fight. What didn't go well that night for him either.
Wait, who'd you see him fight against?
I think it was Cole Miller. I think.
Oh, Cole Miller.
I,
Okay.
I remember Cole Miller fighting, and I remember Manville Gambirian fighting, but I can't remember if they fought each other. I
We'll
think
just say
they
they
did.
did.
Let's say. I'm
Yeah.
sure they did. I mean, they both went around that. Anyways, anything you remember about? You'll remember Manville Gambirian about?
I remember what I just said a little while ago. How he looks like a small man.
He looks like a small
Latifi.
Latifi.
Yeah.
We got to go with that again. And those people who are listening at home don't know
Who we're talking about.
who Illa Latifi is. He looks like a big Manville Gambirian.
No, those
I mean,
two
it really,
squared off.
I don't think it's the other way. Gambirian can't look like a small Latifi. It's got to be the other way around because Gambirian was in UFC first. So Latifi's got to be a oversized, supersized Manville Gambirian.
I buy that.
We're seeing right now. We're seeing a commercial of Ronda Rousey.
Who?
The Ronda Rousey.
The MMATakeover.com.
Ronda Rousey goes from like looking chubby to looking super hot, depending on the angle.
In the weight cut.
And what do you think? Is she looking super hot in that commercial? Or kind of.
I mean, she still looks pretty good.
There's something about a girl that could flip me like 8 times that turns me on.
Yeah. But she doesn't wink. That's the problem.
That's okay. She does.
She can punch
crazy
me in the
stories.
nose.
Anyways, what do you think? She's been on the sport. She's been out for over a year when she fights Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes has been on an absolute killing machine.
Tear.
Her last couple fights. What do you think? You think Ronda Rousey's going to come back and win?
I mean, it's literally been a year.
Over a year.
Over a year since we've seen Ronda Rousey fight. Rowdy Ronda Rousey. I don't think she's going to fare too well against Amanda Nunes. Nunes has been, she's still been active. She put on a clinic against Miesha Tate. First round, busted her pretty good. She looks unstoppable, but then again, Ronda's a whole other level. Even though she's been away for a year, she's still.
So nobody is good as Dave to not make a prediction to hedge his bets. Let's go on the record. Listen,
Nunes.
This is 12 hours of MMA. We don't bet on the rush.
Round 1 knockout.
Wow, you're saying Ronda Rousey gets knocked out again. I actually am a big supporter of Ronda Rousey. I think she comes back. I think she had a horrible game plan against Holly Holm. Holly Holm's a tough matchup. Amanda Nunes is obviously a tough matchup for anybody. She's a killer. She's got great strikes, killing machine. But she gassed out. If you watch her fight against Valentina Shevchenko, if the fight goes on, she gasses out. She's all explosive. She did the same thing against Casangano. She was killing Casangano in the first, ended up gassing out. I think Rousey gets her. I think stylistically, it's a tough matchup. Obviously, Nunes gets some great strikes. But if Rousey gets her in the clinch and throws her, I think she'll catch her.
I don't think
now Nunes has a very good.
No more.
I think she has a very good ground game, but Ronda Rousey's ground game is on another level. I think people forget that it wasn't a year ago. We were talking about most dominant athlete. We were talking all kinds of things.
We were talking about her fighting Floyd Mayweather and winning. That's what people were talking.
There was people thinking that.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, and a year later, people thinking she's going to lose. I'm taking Ronda Rousey. I think she comes back. Her bad girl attitude. I love Ronda Rousey. I think she wins.
I think she's gonna. retire after the fight, and then her and Mike Travis Brown are gonna go back and never be heard from again.
So we're gonna have probably a lot of time to kill because of an early stoppage in less than a minute. We're probably not gonna go to the next fight. Next fight is.
What is the next fight?
Cesar Ferreira.
Okay, I like that.
Cesar Mutante is his nickname. He's going against Jack the Joker Hermerson.
Ooh, Jack the Joker.
Caesar is a slight favorite, but I think Jack Hermerson's going to win that fight.
I know a lot of people think that.
But I mean,
I didn't pick. I picked Caesar.
You took Caesar? Well, I mean, most people are taking Caesar, I think, because of he is a favorite.
Yeah.
He's got a very good ground game, very good wrestling. But the one thing that bothers me is his chin. He's been tested. His chin has been tested a lot. Andy Gassis.
Didn't CB Dalloway knock him out?
I believe so.
And now,
but you can't beat the Doberman.
I'm telling you, the dream fight would be CB Dalloway versus Drew Dober. The Dober versus the Doberman. That fight would sell itself.
Did we get Sam Alvey to officially call out anybody? I can't remember.
No.
He just announced that he's fighting Nate Marquardt. He announced it right here.
You say so.
I think
you announced he was fighting.
I announced it. He
said he cannot hear or deny, so he was impartial.
Yeah.
But you were trying to get it out of him.
But anyways, Jack. The one thing that worries me about is Cesar Ferreira is that he's been tagged many times. He's been hurt in the chin, and Hermerson's a well-rounded fighter. He uses his kicks well, his striking well, and I love the nickname the Joker. And not his nickname, it kind of suits him. But if you have a nickname, this Joker, obviously from the Batman movies and cartoons and whatever, just a Batman story. He's known as this like psychotic nuts guy. And if you see Jack Hermerson come down, they say he's psychotic and nuts. The guy's
you got to be an MMA fighter. I mean, I'm still waiting for someone to come out with the nickname the Sailor.
Well, Popeye.
I know there's Popeye, but then again, can no one top Popeye? Well, there's a couple hammers.
Is there anybody you think that like doesn't have a nickname that could? Because there's a lot of fighters that don't have nicknames.
Oh yeah, there's a couple.
Like Matt the Sailor Hughes. I don't know how he couldn't.
I want Matt the Sailor Sarah.
How come Matt Hughes was never officially called the Country Boy? Like it was never his official name.
I don't think he wanted the nicknames. Some fighters don't like the nicknames, and some of them are appointed to them, like John Bones Jones and
John's Bones Jones,
Manville the Anvil.
Manville the Anvil.
Let's just take off my hat for a second for retiring. Now, what was your nickname in when you did that 1-0 undefeated?
Well, I've had the same nickname for forever, as far as I can remember. I'm called Keith Throw Shilling. So I was Shilla Thrill. They announced me Keith Throw Shilling.
They should have. You could have put Kill in there somewhere.
It's a pretty awful nickname, but you shouldn't. I don't mind being called Shill the Thrill, but when you say Keith Throw Shilling, I don't think it sounds as well.
No, it just sounds like gibberish at the end. If you say it really fast,
well, I mumble a little bit. I mumble a little bit, so that might be it. But when I said Keith the Thrill Shilling, it sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, my opponent didn't know what to do. When they threw the Shill Thrill, then he was all done.
What was his nickname?
He was Jake Irons. I'm sure it had something to do with like Iron Jake.
Oh, that's stupid.
Irons or something like shit like that. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. So now they're going to be killing a lot of time.
So yeah, right now, Kenny Florian and you can flip over to Fox Sports 1. You can see Karen Bryant, beautiful Karen Bryant.
Ken Flo.
You get Kenny Ken Flo with the best hair in all of MMA, and the welterweight champion of the world, Tyron Woodley. You can listen to them, or you can support cancer.
And listen to us.
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Support the fight against cancer.
Yes.
And listen to us.
Listen to this feed with buzzing going on for last.
I mean, listen. We're getting professional. We don't have the Fox Sports 1. But we what happened? We have another technical. We've had a lot of technical difficulties.
But we're getting through it.
But just remember, listen. I'm sure. Like I didn't watch the Steve Jobs movie, but I'm sure the Steve Jobs had some things like this in it.
It can only get better from here, right?
Everything's going up. Listen, a week ago we were interviewing nobody. Now we have UFC Hall of Famers in our bar. We got future WWF champions and
future UFC contenders for titles. You never know.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want a fair take from our website, you're gonna have to come on it because right now, whoever fights Sam Alvey, We're all taking.
It's.
We're all
I mean,
taking.
it's.
Poor Nate Marquardt. We're all taking. Sam. Actually, I think that's a bad. I think my Nate Marquardt might take. Sam Alvey is really hard. You never know because he can be very tentative sometimes.
Well, that's the
always
fighting
looking
game.
for the perfect shot.
He's on a 3-fight winning streak.
He is on a 3-fight winning streak.
That's pretty good.
Kicked it off with the absolute destruction of Eric Spicely. Eric Spicely was also. We should have set it up. We should have asked.
We should have had Eric Spicely on.
Well,
that's surprising because know him. You know people that know him personally.
I reached out to people who knew Eric Spicely. They didn't get back to me.
How dare they?
I think they said something about Eric Spicely likes cancer. Anyways, anybody who says I make that joke, no one likes cancer. It's just a joke. If we can't laugh,
what are we doing here then?
Yeah, we gotta laugh. Eric Spicely is a good person. Obviously, I've heard all good things. He's best friends with Chuck Cold Steel O'Neal. Chuck O'Neal was obviously a great interview.
They just showed Sam Alvey right
first
there.
Official fighter on the. Listen, we'll just say this. It wasn't that long ago where me and Justin got blown off by a fighter.
Yeah.
A guy who is fighting in CES and never fought.
Don't even say his name.
I'm not gonna say his name. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say his name because situations happen too. Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't know why. What happened? Who knows? But long story short, we had a fighter who no-showed an interview with us that fights in CS. He's never even come close to fighting in the UFC yet. I don't think he ever will. But I mean, I could be wrong. But but now we're getting UFC Hall of Famers, and we're 12 days old. We're 12 days old.
12 days old, and we're getting smiling Sam Alvey.
We're still. I think we're still on like the free trial. Like we can
cancel any time.
I think we can cancel and get our money back.
Do it.
What? What?
All in. No, to get our money back.
After the people donated the money, then the Jimmy Fund. Now, so yeah, we got one thing I want to do real quick. We've been joking all night. We were on Fight Pass. We promoted things. We've had a couple moments where we got a little serious. I'm gonna get a little serious for a second. Obviously, one thing we were doing was raising money up for cancer. Obviously, we're all against cancer. It's a horrible disease. It's affected our lives. Dave, we've been asking everybody to tell how cancer has affected their lives. How's that affected yours?
Just trying to. I would have to think of. I know my good friend Rob. He a couple years ago he did have cancer, but he was lucky enough to defeat it. So I'm very happy. He's my good friend. I think he had cancer in his lymph nodes on his side. I'm pretty sure on his side, and he was scared. We were all scared for him, but he was able to survive, and he's healthy now, and he's in remission. So Rob. Other than that, I would have to think. I'm not sure if anyone in my immediate family, but I know Rob comes to mind because I basically talk to him a couple times a week, and he's still healthy. And probably Rob, I would say, my good friend Rob Russell is one of the main reasons. So, Robert, I love you, and I'm happy you're healthy.
Yeah, one cool thing is you told a success story, and as the years go on, we get to say more success stories because of people giving to organizations like the Jimmy Fund, and there's plenty of organizations out there that help support the fight against cancer, not just the Jimmy Fund. It's just a locally owned one that's close to our hearts because of people that has impacted. One friend I told earlier, my friend Rebecca was somebody who actually was treated at the Dana-Farber Institute, was directly funded by the Jimmy Fund, and what was cool is we went on. She actually donated herself. She was actually the last person to donate before we went live. So that was really cool. And she'll say it herself. She wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for people giving to the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber Institute. When she was 9 years old, she was diagnosed with cancer. She received a bone marrow transplant from her sister, and what she's very proud to say, she was I might be saying this wrong, but she was the first ones to receive a bone marrow transplant in Newport County, but or maybe they were the first ones from Newport County, or whatever it was. There was something they did. They had a record
broke history.
But her life was saved. I've had many other unfortunate people that was not saved. My brother-in-law's sister recently passed away from cancer. She was a wonderful person. Her name was Mickey. She was a great person. She passed away from cancer. Her mother, my brother-in-law's mother, also passed away from brain cancer. Her name was Joanne. She was a wonderful person. One coworker of mine, and my past coworker, my friend Tony, she was probably my closest friend before the job I have now. She passed away from cancer. So I have a couple friends right now. My friend Clinton, was young man, was diagnosed with cancer. He's fighting it. A good friend of mine, Wendy, she's fighting cancer right now. So I mean, there's many people that have affected my life. I've had aunts and uncles that had cancer. So one of my uncles passed away. He had cancer. I have a great aunt that she survived from cancer. She beat cancer, thankfully. So it affected our lives. One thing I'd like to mention, we've had so many people supporting this. I would like just to read. I'm not gonna read how much money they gave, but just people who've
donated to the cause.
Yeah, and they all have their reasons why. I'm sure they've all had reasons. One of the first people that donated was a musical group that tours around the country called the Cashmans. They came in. They were one of the first people to donate.
Thank you.
We had Chris Fissler. He donated. He's hopefully coming on later on. Kurt Smith, another guy we're hoping he donated. Zach Olson, another friend of ours from Sports Talk. Zach Katine, he donated. He's actually competing in the national championship in bodybuilding right now. Yep. And to get sidetracked, I want to say how impressive this guy is. He has he makes like Yoel Romero look fat. He's
that's tough.
Yeah, he's shredded like you wouldn't believe. He's competing. He's ranked in the top 15 in the entire country in bodybuilding for his weight class. But the most amazing thing is this is a guy who battles Crohn's disease. Which is very tough. There's very limited things he can eat, certain things he can and can't eat, and so he's very impressive. Some other people, what's Doug's? I don't know what his last name is. Doug donated money. What's his business?
I think his last name is Jones.
Doug Jones. Okay, we'll get.
True?
If not, but I'm sure there's a good Doug Jones out there.
Yeah.
What's his name of his business?
He has a tennis organization. I would have to actually look it up. Do you want me to look it up real quick?
No, I mean if you want, but there's a tennis organization that's in Warwick that he's a tennis instructor. Check him out. It's right on the same road as the Kent County YMCA. I don't know what road that is.
It's like, isn't that Centerville Road?
I'm not sure.
Or that
it's
goes
right
up
next
to Centerville Road.
It's a tennis organization. It's a big company. It's the tennis we're not professional at this. It's a big company right next to the Kent County YMCA. He's great tennis instructor. He's a great guy. Check him out. He donated money. Michael Solinsky is another guy we met in Sports Talk. He donated money. My friend Tom Morris. Tom Morris runs a photo booth company. It's called. I wasn't prepared to give him a shout out for his company either, but what's his company? I don't know. Tom Morris. Check out Tom Morris. Go to my go to my Facebook page. Look up Tom Morris. If you need a photo booth for a wedding, for a bar mitzvah, whatever, he's got the photo booths. You can't do an event without a photo booth now. PJ Fournier, he's somebody who's donated money. Justin Peck, who obviously was a guest, he was on here early. He donated money. My friend Jay Oliver. This guy is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He's actually the biggest donator of the whole thing. I don't want to give away, the total because each people can give what they can. He donated. We appreciate that. Jared Walters, another friend of mine from high school, he gave money. Chris Diaz is another guy, a fantastic guy, very generous guy. Working on the student council and different things like that in the neighborhood. He gives back. He's always giving back to the community. He's a great guy. Colleen Palmazana, I'm not gonna say how much money she gave, but her ex-husband has just passed away from cancer just probably less than 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Her ex-husband, someone that they still were civil afterwards. She actually at the end of his life. He actually moved in back with her. She was taking care of him. She's a saint. She gave money, and it's so funny about her is she was so moved that not only did she give money, she gave again. She gave twice.
God bless her. Thank you. What's her name?
So, Colleen Palmisano.
Colleen, thank you.
She honestly, I've said this all the time. I met her at my church. She's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She has the biggest heart of anybody. She's an absolute saint. She's a great person. So we thank her. Danny Duarte. Danny Duarte is a friend of mine in high school. Great guy. He gave a lot of money. What's cool about a guy like Danny is he doesn't even want to be known. He's a lot of these guys. They'll donate. They'll let you know they donate, and which is obviously phenomenal. Danny doesn't even want you to know. He just donates because he has a big heart. Great guy. My cousin Kathy Nasta. When I told the story about my great aunt suffering from cancer, it was actually her. It was her mother. So my Kathy, one of my favorite cousins. Ronnie Sorrentino, another guy who didn't want anybody to know that he gave money. He gave money. He's very generous. He's a great guy. Corey's mother. I don't know her name. It went under Corey's name. Corey was one of our first guest on tonight. He came in. She gave. So Mama Groenfield, I guess we'll call her. She gave. Matt Lepore is a friend of mine. His father actually recently passed away the last couple of years from cancer. I'm not sure which cancer. His father was a great guy. His father was a fight fan. He used to watch the fights with me, Matt, his older brother Brian. So I actually miss him. He was a great guy. He was always happy. Big Patriots fan. Unfortunately he passed away from cancer. My friend Jimmy Rocha, he's been here. He's been live on the clinch. He gave money. He was very generous in his giving. My cousin Sharon Rule is another one who gave money. She's sisters with Kathy, and her mom had cancer. She gave money. We thank her. My friend Alyssa, she gave money. I mean, there's so many. We can keep going on. The people just came. My friend Joe Callahan. Joe Cali, as everyone call him. He gave money.
Thank you.
Michael Levaster is another guy. You're talking about a guy with a huge heart. He's always doing things. He's always volunteering. He runs a I don't know what it's called. I don't want to. He's looking for platelets and stuff like that. He volunteers for an organization. I wish he was here to tell us exactly what. I'm trying to think. There's some other people that is. There's
so many people.
There's anonymouses. My mom gave money. I know she was one of the anonymouses. I don't know if she wanted me to tell. Brian Lepore gave money. He was the same with Matt Lepore. Their father passed away of cancer. Jason Canaro, a friend of mine from the Army. Greg Massey, he's a big fight fan. He gave money. Joe Rodwick, another kid I grew up with, gave money. A guy from Warwick, Billy LaPaca, gave money. Don Lanoy is another person who gave money. Obviously, Rebecca Bringhurst is the one I told about. I mean, I could go on and on. I know people don't want to keep hearing. This is not the best radio, but we were killing time, and all these people, they're saints. They're big hearts.
We thank every single one, and any donation is a big donation.
So right now, like I said, we got we got to call this fight. We got Cesar Ferreira going against Jack Hermanson. Jack got that
Joker, right?
Yeah,
he looks like he's
look at him.
crazy.
He's jumping up and down. He has that Sam Alvey where he's smiling, but it's a little more psychotic. Like Sam is happy because he knows he's about to get paid. He's going to get a good paycheck. Jack seems like a guy that he just wants to get hit. Like he almost wants to get hit and hit people. Like he gets to get paid to be violent. And Caesar, he's scary.
He looks like a statue. He's doing the mannequin challenge.
Look at he's just shaking his head. Oh,
this should be a good fight.
Just from the reactions, I might want to change my pick. Just from the reactions.
I don't know if I picked anybody from this. I can't remember. I think I picked.
Well, I know
Caesar.
you picked him in pick'em. You always had to pick him. Someone in pick'em.
I think I picked Caesar then in my pick'em leagues.
I think I picked Jack in an upset.
And I can't find Doug's last name, and that's my bad.
Oh, that's all right. Doug knows. He donated.
Doug knows. He's tennis. Warwick Tennis. Just look up that and you'll find Doug.
Yeah, Doug was one of the first people to give.
We thank you,
guy.
Doug. And ladies and gentlemen, we are right about to start, and we're off. Wow, Caesar he's huge compared to the Joker. Just size-wise. Let's see, we got blue, we got Hermanson, Vieira in red. And I want to see because maybe once Jack the Joker gets hit, he'll like it more, and he'll come out swinging. I think Caesar just wants to take it right to the ground. I think
Caesar, they're in their home country, Brazil. I think that's why Emerson's moon run doesn't want to give him an angle.
So oh,
I think this is gonna be a good fun fight.
I hope so, because I have to say this card's not as good as the Belfast card so
I
far.
I think this card has been pretty solid though. That Belfast card was fantastic.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Nice shot for Caesar. Emerson's trying to jump in and out, trying to time something. Caesar really known for his ground game. A little feeling out process in the first round. Dave's checking his phone.
Yeah, that's maybe Charlie Brenneman maybe calling.
This is
that's the
tell the people you're not going anywhere. They can contact you or anything. You're not going anywhere for at least another 4 hours. We're 2/3 of the way there. We're 2/3 of the way, and we got 4 hours and
a lot more fights to call. We're not even to the main card yet.
We might be going over.
Well, unless we got a couple first round. Oh, very nice.
We're hoping to get a couple more guests in here. We'll see. Obviously, people's schedule and it's tough.
Yeah. But you know who was able to fit us in?
It can be tough to find 10 minutes in your day in 12 hours.
I feel like that was a dig.
It was a little bit. Some people might not be all in.
We need T-shirts that just say "all in," and in the back it's just a question mark, and this is "Are you?"
Are you all in? That's actually a good idea. I actually don't hate that idea. Oh, nice shot. Nice kick to the stomach by Caesar Ferreira. Ferreira's got. He's always been known as a pretty good offensive striker. His always problem has been his defense. It looks like he's got a little cut over his. I can't tell.
Maybe he just took a shot already, Caesar, in that right eye.
Yeah, I don't see Emerson seems like he's stalking him down. He's getting a little closer each time. But Caesar's the one who's initiating the striking.
We need a high knee or step knee.
A step knee.
So far, these guys have not really done anything exciting, fortunately. Because I need Caesar maybe to give me a first round. Oh.
Nope. He faked the shot. But usually when a guy fakes a shot, they throw a big overhand right. He just faked it just to fake it.
Yeah.
I mean, you get guys guessing, make them think about the takedowns later. Caesar's really landing that back leg kick to the solar plexus.
Trying to wear him down for the later rounds. Yeah. I think Caesar's just a grinder. Ooh. That was a nice little kind of like side kick.
Wow.
Hermanson tries one on his own, gets nothing.
I'm sorry, I just yawned right in the mic. I mean, listen, we've
been going since...
We're 8 hours in now. We're 8 hours in. We did a full shift at work. We're 8 hours in. We've been talking MMA for 8 hours. I know. And we still got 4 more hours to go.
All for a great cause.
Yep, for a great cause, for a great business. We thank everyone who's been a part of it. We thank the fighters, the donators, the people fighting for us, entertaining us. Everybody's a part of it. If you're watching at home, you're a part of it. If you're not watching it at home,
what are you doing?
Screw you.
This first round, I guess
very Caesar. It's very
Caesar.
Yeah, well, it's a very feeling out process. I mean, Emerson is pressing the action, but I think Caesar's landing the better shots. Most of that flurry right there was actually blocked by Emerson. Nothing really. It just looked better because Caesar committed to punches while Emerson keeps picking and choosing. I feel like Emerson is just trying to land that one big shot. He's waiting for the perfect. Oh, nice shot by Caesar.
Very nice streak. Caesar looks pretty good. You know, he's fighting in front of his home country. You know, let's see if he can pull out the victory. So far, how many Brazil guys do you think have won tonight? You know, Henrique won, and
I'm sorry. What'd you say? What'd you ask?
How do you think Brazil is up on this card?
Oh, I can look.
I think we know Henrique won. We know.
Oh, nice uppercut there.
We'll take a look and see.
Let's look so far. Well, Francis Rosso was the first one. He had that Controversial loss by
Very
a headbutt.
controversial.
He received the headbutt. They thought the referee should have stepped in. Darren Stewart just did his job, finished him off. So that would make Brazil 0-1.
0-1 for Brazil.
Pedro Munoz got the submission, so that makes him up 1-1.
That was surprising against Justin
big.
Scoggins.
Luis Henrique, a beautiful performance. Third round, I think it was third round TKO, or maybe it was submission.
On
third round
Colombo?
submission. Yeah, that was third round
submission.
So that makes him 2-1. Johnny Eduardo with a knockout makes him 3-1
against the Manville.
Yeah, Marcos Rogero de Lima, they got beat fairly quickly.
So 3-2.
3-2, which is coming in right now. Cesar Ferreira. The 3-2. I mean, they're
still up 1. That's
there is a Brazilian in every fight on the card tonight.
Wow, and not one guy from Wales. Because Wales is taking over.
Well, slowly. But I had to take part. They had to take over. Like the MMA takeover.
Someone's trying to get on the show.
Let's see.
They're probably talking about the buzz, but we can't do anything about the buzz. That's just the way it goes. Ooh. Now, if I was Hermanson's corner, I would say go out there, start swinging, and get lucky. Now, Ferreira should just do what he wants, pick his shots, and maybe try to take him down. Try to just win the round just with just minimal ground game and maybe sink in a submission.
Just in case those watching Bellator or not being able to watch Bellator, Baby Ferguson.
Did he win?
Kimbo Slice's son, Kevin Ferguson Jr., got submitted in the second round by guillotine choke.
He lost?
So he's falling right in his father's footsteps.
Now I'm upset. Turn this all off. We're going. That's sad that Baby
Slice lost.
Baby Slice is. What time does that starts at 9 o'clock or? Very nice takedown by Ferreira, right into side control.
This is where he wants to be. This is his world. This is what happens with your Emerson. If you're not being open up, you're not gonna get your opportunity to get off. And Cesar Ferreira getting the takedown here.
It's the problem with the Joker.
Yeah.
So he'll probably stay in this round for the next 4 minutes, and we'll be up 2-0. That's good for my DraftKings, or it's bad for my DraftKings because he will only get me about 54 points.
This is the last fight of the prelims, the prelims main event.
Oh,
looks like he's got a head and arm triangle.
Yeah, he's trying to.
It looks deep. Now it looks like that Emerson is crushing his own face. It's actually what he's doing. He's trying to do what's called making a phone call or talking on the phone. You actually put your hand up like you're talking on the phone and you push your elbow out. You get your elbow. He's trying to get his elbow out. Now he should have kept his hand. He should have kept his hand.
Yeah.
He should have kept his hand on it. He tried to extend it out. Now it's in deep. Now he might be in trouble. He's trying to. If you look at him, he's breathing.
For breath.
See how he's pushing the elbow out. Oh, looks like it's tight. He's trying to get that elbow. Oh, this is the end. Look at his face.
This is gruesome.
Look at his face. He might go out.
I don't know.
That looks really tight.
This is gonna tire Ferreira.
He's in some big trouble. This will tire Ferreira's out. But that's it. That's all. Wow. That was a beautiful submission.
That was gruesome to watch. You could just see the pain in his eyes.
Yeah, you know what? He was fighting it for a long time. The Joker was fighting. I thought he was about to go out.
Well, the unfortunate part is now we have about 7. We have a long time.
We have a very long time. We have about 23 minutes to.
23 minutes to kill. But we're professionals. We've come prepared. So he still looks like he's going. He's got a little bit of the what the hell's his name?
He looks like he's gonna rob a bank now.
No, he's got the Mayhem Miller eyes. Did you see that?
Oh, so he's right. He is crazy.
He looked like he was like. He looked like he was about to fight him again. Like he said something.
Mayhem Miller. There was one time he went from coaching the UFC against coaching the Ultimate Fighter against Michael Bisping to going against the FBI.
To losing to CB Dalloway, which is.
To face-offs with the FBI and local law enforcement.
Yeah. That was a pretty decent fight. That's good for me for my DraftKings. I'm pretty sure I have Vieira.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna finish in the money in the DraftKings if you're 2-0 with 2 stoppages.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember. I had Stuart and I had Scoggins. So, are you gonna check it out to see?
You had Stuart and Scoggins.
Yeah. And if I had this guy,
2 stoppages. That's pretty good. And Scoggins did score some decent points.
He got me like 15, I think, so that's nothing.
Oh, that's not that good.
You going to load it up to find out?
Yeah.
We're going to load up DraftKings, but...
I'm in last place.
Oh, what else is new? You haven't really done well. Out of the three I've done, I think I've moneyed 2 of them.
Oh, look at you! We brought a new high roll line. I was on a little bit of a roll for a while, a couple months ago, but I've been in a little bit of a cold streak lately. You're in second place right now, but I don't think you've gotten.
Well, tell me who's on my team.
Let's see. Your team is Claudia Gadelia,
Yes.
Christoph Jocko, Zach Otto, Justin Scoggins, Darren Stewart, and Kamar Usman.
So I didn't have I probably had him and a couple other.
No, Corey, who was on earlier, he's in first place right now. He got 98 points from Intugala, 93 points from Johnny Eduardo.
Oh wow!
But he just got 7 points from Jack Hermanson and 1.5 from Colombo. So I don't think he's
that's
probably not going to stand out on top.
No, definitely with that 1.5, that's a death sentence.
And this one is the first time we've ever done winner take all. I was a little distracted when I set it up.
I noticed that.
I did it by accident. It was not on purpose. I set it up by accident.
Yeah, I did notice that, but hopefully I can pull out a victory. That would be nice.
You're sitting pretty good right now.
What's the first fight coming up on the main card that we could discuss?
The main card fight is Sergio Morales versus Zach Otto.
Zach Otto.
So that's the fight we're looking at.
That's the fight we're going to look at. We have 20 minutes until then, so we'll probably have about 30 minutes because the fight doesn't start right at 8. So we have
a lot of time to kill.
We have a lot of time to kill.
So
what do you want to talk about?
So Dave, you have a lot of obscure fighters. Who's your favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter?
One guy, all time.
All time. Well, I mean, I would say, you know who I always liked? I didn't get to watch him during his prime, but I liked watching him later. I was always a big fan of Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott, I feel like is the guy you wouldn't want to. If you were in a dark alley and you saw Tank Abbott rolling up, I feel like you would just walk the other way.
You literally just spoke to my heart.
Because I mean, when he knocked out that guy, I forgot what UFC was. It was either 5 or 6, and the guy was against the cage, like crumbled like this, and then Tank Abbott did that in his same position.
What? Say that again?
You remember when Tank Abbott knocked out the guy and he was crumbled up the cage like this?
And then Tank
Abbott did.
Yeah, that was his first ever fight in UFC 6. That was actually the first MMA fight I've ever saw.
That's because I had that on VHS.
You knew it. You knew it in my heart. The first ever fight Tank Abbott was.
Who was that against?
John Matua.
Yeah.
The first fight I ever saw in MMA was.
See if that's on YouTube because I want to watch that.
No, it's definitely on YouTube.
Because that changed my life.
But there's only one thing people are watching on YouTube right now. That's this. Live.
That's this. How's that buzz treating you, ladies?
I would love.
You don't hear the buzz, but
so next year we're going to do this again next year. I think it was a great success. We've had Mark Coleman on. We've had.
It's only bigger and better from next year.
We got Sam Alvey. We've had Chuck Cold Steel O'Neal.
Larry DaCosta.
Yeah. Corey Gronfield came on. Justin Peck came on.
Justin Peck. Yep.
We're hoping to get 1 or 2 more guests on.
Yeah. For those interviews, it'll be buzz free.
Buzz free. We'll be going. Some people go commercial free. We go buzz free.
You have to pay for no buzz.
So I mean, we're doing this.
Oh, this guy's probably calling out somebody right now. You can tell he's calling out somebody.
He's calling out.
He's calling out Conor McGregor.
I don't know what he's calling.
We missed it.
We missed it. He called us.
He's probably calling out CB Dalloway again, saying, "CB, let's do it again." Beautiful Brazilian.
They're shooting into a short to some blonde with some big knockers.
Yeah. So Tank Abbott, ever since he fought Kimbo, that Kimbo fight with him, that was sad to watch. I think a couple years ago, this probably not a couple years, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, he did like a backyard brawl with an old MMA fighter.
Tank Abbott in a backyard brawl.
You didn't know that? They literally taped a backyard brawl for like, and these two guys fought for like 3 hours.
It's funny.
It's true.
There's funny. There's a little back. They're actually showing Pedro Munoz versus Justin Scoggins that was on Fight Pass.
That's what they need filler, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we're doing right here. This is called the filler hour.
So, the funny thing about John Matua and Tank Abbott, they both were from Huntington Beach. They're both from the same area, and I was listening to some guys who know about Tank Abbott. I guess Tank Abbott, they had this. He was kind of. He's basically the first Kimbo Slice, where they would fight in the backyard or fight wherever, and they do it for money. and they was telling it so Tank Abbott would show up and fight people, and there was some big guy that Tank Abbott was gonna fight, and they were both gonna put up whatever it was, $100, $300, whatever it was, and the guy asked Tank, well, who's gonna hold the money? And he goes, oh, you can hold it, don't worry, because after I knock you out, I'll take it from you. and he did. So Jeff Sherwood and these other guys, they were watching the UFCs, and they were saying, man, Tank Abbott's got to be on that. And then all of a sudden, UFC 6 showed up, and there he was. But the cool thing is John Matua was known as this big bouncer that used to throw guys out of the bars and everything. And it was, I guess it was times or the possible times that him and Tank were supposed to square off, and it never happened. And then they did. They did it, in the UFC, and it was all Tank. Tank knocked him out.
Is that video on YouTube? Did you find it?
It is on YouTube. I'm not pulling it up. You can. Everyone's seen it.
I gotta watch it at my house. So Tank Abbott, Ken Shamrock. I used to love watching him wrestle. The world's most dangerous man. They used to do Lions Den matches in the WWF to try to capitalize on his UFC fighter gimmick. Didn't work out so well. The cage was probably like size of this room. It was very tiny. And,
yeah. Do you remember what Ken's? A lot of people don't remember this. Do you remember what Ken Shamrock's name originally was?
That I do not.
It was never Ken Shamrock.
Oh, it was. It's Kilpatrick.
No.
That's his real name.
That's his real name. That is.
Yeah.
He was adopted. Him and Frank. A lot of people don't know. Even though it's kind of funny that a lot of people don't know that Frank Shamrock and Ken Shamrock are not blood brothers. They're adopted brothers. It's kind of ironic because they kind of look like each other a little bit.
They do a little bit.
Which is funny. But Ken Shamrock was the first introduced, and used to be in the first early fights of the UFC. It wasn't Ken Shamrock. It was Ken Wayne Shamrock.
Ken Wayne.
Ken Wayne Shamrock, and he used to wear the old tights, the old bright purple tights, or some. He fought Dan Severn in UFC 6. He had these bright purple tights.
They need to bring back that. They should one night only. They should bring back. I think I've said this before. All the old codgers, put them in the singlets. Bring back Art Jimerson. Bring him back for one final go. Bring back Gracie.
So there's been a lot of stories about
Severn.
Art Jemison in the story with the glove. Some people, they don't really know where the glove comes. Some say that Art Jemison wanted to fight with the glove on to show boxing. Others say that it was the Gracie family that wanted him to wear a glove to show that it was boxing.
So what's the story?
I
thought you had an opinion.
I don't know. I've heard multiple stories.
I thought it was because he didn't want to break his hand or something, right? Wasn't that this?
Well, he had 2 gloves. Why would you wear 2 gloves? I kind of believe the story that he was forced to wear it. It's funny. Some people embrace these gimmicks. Another one that this I know is a true story. Japan is a little different than America. Obviously their culture is a little different. There's a little bit of racism that isn't shunned like it is in our country. And when Quentin Jackson went over to Pride, one of the most famous things Quentin Jackson is known for is the big the big silver chain he wears.
Yep.
He was told when he went to Pride, they pulled out a chain and told him to wear it as like you're a dog kind of.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a racist thing, but not. It's different in Japan. I don't know. I'm not. His little translation, and he just owned it, and he just started wearing it all the time.
That's pretty cool.
That's Quentin Rampage Jackson. I've heard that from him. Not he wasn't telling me personally, but he can come on and tell us if he'd like. I would definitely ask him about it. Checking my Twitter to make sure nobody else has reached out to come on. The fighters are flocking to get on with us.
It is true. I can name some more obscure fighters if you would like to.
Any other fighters that you're a big fan of?
Wes Imes. Jonathan Brookins.
Jonathan Brookins. Huh?
Ramsey Nidram. Man. Chris Cope.
Oh, I mean, I think all our favorite. I mean, I think both of our favorite fighter right now is Sam Alvey.
Oh, hands down.
All-time fighter. I was always a big Randy Couture fan. He was a wrestler. I was always a wrestler growing up. So, not growing up when I started high school, I was a wrestler. So at that time, Randy Couture was like the biggest wrestler there was. So I started following Randy Couture. I've been a fan of his. I remember him fighting Vitor Belfort. At the time, was one of the biggest upsets in history when Randy Couture beat Vitor.
It's funny you said Randy Couture because behind that door, Randy, come in.
Ladies and gentlemen, live
in
studio.
What if the whole time
Randy,
just for 8 hours we didn't have him, and then we just like, okay,
Randy was waiting for. Randy's been hiding in the closet waiting for us to mention his name for 8 hours now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the natural. He doesn't. This guy would do anything for charity.
He won't be on camera though. He's got to
over there, Randy. So Randy, what did you think when you fought Mark Coleman? Okay, you dislocated his hip. Okay. No,
Randy.
going back, we were talking about earlier, and hearing Mark Coleman talking about his injuries and stuff like that. It's actually pretty sad. These guys put their bodies on the line, and Coleman was fighting at a time where he didn't make this huge money. He's had hip replacements and back surgeries and all that. That's pretty tough. So
we thank him for all the memories that he's brought us. UFC 100 when he beat Stephan Bonner. Did he beat Stephan Bonner or lose to someone?
So now that I'm the CEO, as you called me the other day of the clinch, how do I get that little blue check mark next to my name on Twitter?
Oh, when you're verified?
I want the blue. Can I get the blue check
That
mark?
means you're verified. How many followers do you have?
14.
You have 14?
I have 4. I will name you. This is how we kill.
Don't you do it.
Okay,
Because all of them are like Misty, Jasmine.
They're all fake. No, I got 14 followers. As far as I know, everyone's famous.
Well, tell them the big one. Tell them the big name.
But I got some organizations that follow me. I got some people.
Where's the big one?
I got
Come on.
I got the Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Foundation. That's kind of cool. That's obviously a organization we support. There's 2 reasons why we support Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Foundation. We hate cancer and we love breasts. So
it's a win-win.
The big one. I mean, you must be talking about Justin Carmack. He's a scuba blogger.
He likes your stuff.
I mean, maybe he's an MMA fan. I don't know. He's a scuba blogger on a mission to document the top 100 dive sites in the world.
He's verified. How many friends does he have?
Check out my latest. No, he's got his own, but I'm not following him. But he's following me. We got Sophia Hawani, who's kind of like a spoof MMA journalist type thing, kind of like the Black Adam Schefter or stuff like that. We got David Chicken Farm Stuart himself.
True. If you want to follow me, David's Parmcast.
And we got Mark Coleman.
You have a bunch of nobodies, and then UFC Hall of Famer Mark Coleman following you.
I'm gonna reach out to Sam Alvey. Can we get him to?
I'm friends with Sam Alvey on
Are you
Twitter.
friends with Sam Alvey?
Yeah, you gotta be.
I'm gonna do it right now. This is not the best way. I'm gonna reach out to Sam. I don't know what I gotta do. How do I'm gonna follow him first of all.
What are you gonna reach out and say to him?
I'm gonna say, hey Sam, thanks for coming on with us today.
You gotta go tweet to Sam Alvey. And then you can tweet him and he'll tweet back. So right now, the CEO is tweeting to Sam Alvey, telling him that we need him back on. We're losing people. Our ratings are crashing.
Hey, listen, when you do the double header of MMA, you gotta come on twice.
We also need Larry on. Larry DaCosta. Larry DaCosta. It's we have about 7 more minutes till the main event starts at the main card. Not main event starts at 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, and we're all excited. Are you gonna become friends with Chuck O'Neil now too?
I will. I don't really do Twitter. I did it I signed up years ago. A friend tried to convince me. I did it. I followed it. I kind of got really into it for about maybe 2 weeks, and I didn't really like it. I definitely do way more on Facebook. But obviously, I know this is a social media world. Twitter's big. So for the job, I'm trying to do the Twitter more.
Yeah, pretty soon if we get another interview, that'll go buzz free, and buzz free
So Sam,
sponsor you by the MMA
So
Takeover.
Sam follows you? Is that what you're saying?
No, he doesn't follow me.
Oh,
I'm not cool enough.
You follow him. He might follow you now.
Maybe I could check my my thing to see if the great smiling Sam Alvey, best MMA fighter in the world, follows yours truly.
All right, I just tweeted to Smiling Sam Alvey.
God bless you.
All right, I think how we doing on time on this recording?
Got about. You want what? You want to take a breather?
No, I just want to see how much time. I just want to. Should we do another link, or what do you think? You want to?
You want to stop it down and start over?
Stop it down and start it up back again at the top of the hour with the main card?
Yeah, we'll be right back. We'll take a short little break. This break is sponsored by the MMATakeover.com. If you look in the corner, you can see a sweet logo that Justin's friend helped us make. And on that note, we'll be right back. So stay tuned. Top of the hour.